Yeah, I was trying to see if my power was plugged up. My light isn't coming on for some reason. So I'll figure that part out later. But hello, Teaquilters. It's T with Teaquilts, and we're here on Wednesday, February 19th, 2025. It is 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're here for 1 hour live chat where the subjects kind of vary on this particular day. We have retreat, follow-up. A few things came from Checkers. What else? Oh, right here. Mail. Got a few packages in the mail and wanted to go over those as well. So let me pull you all up on this phone so I can read the chats. Let's see. And search. All right. Gotta wait for the ads to go through. All right, in the chat tonight, we have Sue GSD saying we have 126 days until Retreat 2025. I promise I won't gripe about June's heat. Stay warm, Teaquilter. So we got that. 126 days. It's coming up faster than we know, right? I remember at the end of last year's retreat, you know, it sounds so far-fetched, but here we are. Dorsey Savali is here reminding you all to hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notifications. Also, check out the Teaquilts LLC Facebook page. Make sure you answer the 4 questions so that you can gain admission to that as well. So thank you, Sue and Darcy. And we have Dolores Feltz here. Maddie saying her rent's paid, which means she's hit that thumbs up button. Have you? If not, go hit the thumbs up button for me, please. Dee Branson's here. Kim R. Delia Castro Short. Vivian Calvi. Patricia Priest. Deborah Sims Brown. Bonita Nance. Anita Scott saying her rent is paid. Thank you so much. Minnie Dula is here. See Joy Creations. Helena Marie Carter. I think I said Minnie Dula, but just in case. Zandra Odom. Dorothy Battle says her rent's paid. Janet McCarroll. Francis Jackson. I mailed your package yesterday and I included the book. I sent you a thing saying you owed additional $10 for the previous order, but that's not true. And so I canceled it, but you sent it anyway, Francis. So your book was $24.95, so you just need to send me $14.95. I've already mailed everything for you yesterday. So it's already in the mail. I just haven't had a chance to send tracking numbers because they're in one email and I have to try to copy it over to the other email. So it's a confusion, okay? My emails are acting up. Suzette Peterkin Denton is here. Michelle the Quilter. Melinda C. Jason Lewis. See Joy's Creations reminding you all to hit that thumbs up button as well. Judy Smith is here. Hi T, got my popcorn and got you on the TV. Absolutely. Louis Alford's here. Thank you. Carol Williams. Thank you. Bonita says, Miss T, do you have left-handed scissors left? I might have ordered one pair. I have to see which one, Bonita. I'll get back to you. I have to look at that. Janice Miller is here, says just checking in. Janice, did you order the Dresden Village templates, or am I mistaking you with somebody else? Melody Kiefer is here. Patsy Johnson. Jester's Creative Space. Teresa Forrester. Ray Mahone said he got his thumbs up. Thank you. Holly Duvall. Don Cunningham. Okay, and Janet says, yes, I did. I thought I emailed you trying to figure out. I can't remember how you pay. I got your 3 sets of templates, the Dresden Village, the Dresden plates, 2 different sizes, and the trees, which is a set. I can't remember how you pay. And I thought I sent you an email, but I could have accidentally sent it to somebody else. I thought I sent it to you and Francis at the same time. Also, I have Diane McCoy that wanted the border book. I also have that, and I'll show that again as well, because it'll be part of the mini haul that I did. So I do have everything ready to go. So one piece of mail that came is from R&R Stores in St. Clair, which is the Ace Hardware store here. And they are having a fabric sale for those that are in the area. It began last Saturday, and it'll end on Monday the 24th, where they have quilting fabric at $4.44 a yard. They're like flat folds, 45 inches wide, minimum 1/2 yard cut. And they also got flannel for that price and upholstery fabric. And they've got pre-printed quilt fabric. I don't know what that means. $4.44 a yard. Solid color fleece, $5.99 a yard, 60 inches wide. So they got a lot of stuff on sale. For those that are in the area, I'm just sharing the information. They sent it to me. I haven't been there in a while. I do have to go there in April to do a lecture in that area. So that'll be the next time that I go there. But I just thought I'd share that information. Hey, Betsy. Okay, invoice on PayPal. Okay, because I couldn't remember how you paid. And Diane McCoy, I couldn't find address for you, so I couldn't bill her for the book and send it. Minnie says, T, did y'all do a show and tell from the retreat? Yes, we did. This group is a little bit different sometimes. We had some people that didn't want to be videotaped. So what I did was I just took pictures, and I'm just going to do a photo collage when I get around to it. I tried to do it on my phone, but I was like 6 photos too long. It'll take 60 photos, and I think I had like 66 or something like that. So I didn't want to leave somebody's photo out, so I ended up not doing it on my phone. That's why it's not uploaded to YouTube yet. But I need to go to my desktop, which my chair is still in the car. Because number one, I slept for like 24 hours, and then number two, it got cold, and now number three, it snowed. So my chair is still out in my car. I have no chair at my desk. Hey, Betsy Layton, welcome, welcome. Cynthia Shades here. Cynthia Shade says her rent is paid, so thank you, thank you. All right, so this next one, this package here is from Eugenia Little, and I think everything's down on the other edge, so we can just trim the bottom. Whoops. I don't know where the paper dropped. All right, she says, for you. Oh, she made a card. Look. Got the sewing machine up there, buttons, scissors, and I don't know what this other thread, I guess, thread, yeah. She says, hi Teaquilts, this was made for you special by me. Please enjoy it. To say thank you, Eugenia Little. So thank you. So these are, oh, look at that, zebra print pillowcases. I'm confused because we're doing a pillowcase drive, and I don't know if she was saying she made these for me or if she made these for the pillowcase drive. So I'm a little confused. But I'm going to count them right now for the pillowcase drive. So that's one. I'm going to count both of them. I'm trying to fold them all the same way so that they stack into the container the same. So I used to have some of this fabric long time ago. Right here. I had some of this fabric. Very pretty. I love the zebra prints. So that's two from Eugenia. You gotta get a pen. I see markers down there. I'm sure some pens down there, but so that makes for 102 pillowcases. So thank you so much, Eugenia, for participating in this. And let's do this next one. It's from P. Johnson out of Cali. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. If I write the name, then I can't forget to, at least I know I'm looking for something or something is missing. I had my husband go check the box today. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6 of them. And that'll be 108. So a total of 108 pillowcases. So I'm gonna open them up and just refold them. Very pretty. Got the high heel shoes, honey. She's stepping. Very pretty. Very pretty pillowcase. So that's one. So far, all 100 is in one bag. So that's good. And then I don't know what this fabric is. I don't know if it's banners or cats. I have no idea. But it's really pretty. I love it. Love the colors of it. Gorgeous. Ooh, we got books and pencils. Talk about theme. Here it is. Here's the card. I was looking for it on top. It's in the middle. And the P is for Patsy. Right here. Isn't that gorgeous? And then on the books, book fabric is really pretty. Show you a little bit of it. It's gorgeous. So that's that. Let's see what Patsy says. Let me put her name, first name down here. Ooh, look at the card front. Gorgeous. It's a postcard that says, "Hi T, best of luck reaching your 200 goal. You've got this, Patsy." Yes, you all have got this. So that's cool. Thank you so much. This one's another one. You all can look at them as I refold them. This one's a floral one. Right there. Very pretty. All of them are pretty. Next one up is another. Oh, this one's already folded. Gorgeous print here. Right there. And then I'll let you see more of the fabric, the main fabric. Just beautiful. And number 6. I was trying to see, was this a paisley? All right, here's the pillowcase. Really pretty. Now this is a vibrant color one. So she did all kinds of spectrums of pillowcases here. So thank you so much, Patsy. I appreciate that. We are now at 108, so more than 50% of our goal is accomplished. I didn't even bring my phone in here. I'm trying to get my phone to slide over so I can get to the calculator. Okay, we're at 54%. Yay, yay, yay. I'll write that down here. I haven't uploaded into the group in a while because I've been busy with a lot of other things. So, I'm going to put that right here so I can look at that a little bit. A lot of people, let me see who else has come in first. Hold on. Quilt Gal, Joyce Jordan from Washington, D.C. Welcome to the chat. Liz Wilson. Quilt Gal says that she's hit that thumbs up and saying hi to y'all. They don't provide tables and chairs at retreat. Did you have to take your machine home at night? When I said my chair is in the car. The reason why my chair is in the car is because at most retreat centers, they have stationary chairs. And most times I set up my workspace in an L. And so I need to turn back and forth. And so I don't want to have to keep switching my chair or turning in my seat. So I tend to just take my office chair to retreat. and I just put it in the front seat of my car. It fits in there. So, and then I can use it to roll some of the stuff in that I'm taking in anyway. So I use the chair wheels the chair to take some of the stuff in as well. But I just take my chair to retreat centers that don't have swivel chairs. There's only one that I'm aware of that has swivel chairs. No, two. That was at when we went to Illinois place, the quilt shop there. And then when we also went, but their chairs are all hard, like there's no padding. So I still take my chair. And then there's a quilt shop that we're going to in May. They have padded office swivel chairs. And so I don't have to take my chair there. So, yeah. But I take my chair. I know it sounds weird. Linda says, hi T and Quilters. Brent is paid. I enjoyed the retreat videos this past weekend. Thanks so much. You're welcome, Linda Williams. Don says, cute pillowcases. A lot of people says, very pretty. Hi, Melina Montoya. They are ship flags. Okay, because I didn't know if they were banners. That's what I first thought was like they were. I thought maybe like the states had some kind of banner that was designated to each state other than a flag. Because I didn't want to say flags, but okay, thank you. So they're ship flags. Okay. That's Patsy letting me know since she made it. That's cool, but people are still saying the pillowcases are very nice, Patsy. Nice work. They are all beautiful. Yes, they are. I couldn't pick a favorite out of that stack. And Jester says gonna make a couple of pillowcases this week, so that'll be cool. Somebody else said they put some in the mail, but they haven't come yet, so we'll check back Friday or Saturday maybe. Depends on, I can't go to the post office on Saturday. Depends on if my husband has time to go. Deborah Holloway is here. Melina Montoya says, nice job on the pillowcases. So, thinking of the pillowcases, for those that are new here and don't know what's going on with these pillowcases, Teaquilts try to do a charity event every year in conjunction with Retreat. And so then I open it up for all Teaquilters, even the Facebook page, my scrap quilting clubs, my quilting retreats, my YouTube channel, and we're collecting pillowcases. You can donate just one pillowcase. It would be very sufficient and it would be very much appreciated. You don't have to make a stack of pillowcases to be appreciated. They're all appreciated. The pillowcases can be made for male or female, adult or child, and they are going to be donated wherever somebody needs a pillowcase. I'm not going to hold off on giving somebody a pillowcase if they need a pillowcase. So I will plan to go to veteran centers. I plan to go to daycares. I plan to go to a group called Almost Home, which is where my group locally donate our quilts to. We also have like children homes, things like that. So whomever needs a pillowcase or wants a pillowcase, they can have a pillowcase. So that's what I'm currently going to do with them. They will all be donated. And then it was funny because here come Elaine Doucette as I'm talking about it, saying, what are you doing with the pillowcases? They're going to be donated. The other thing that's going to happen is, what was it, pillowcases? No, I think we're done with pillowcases, right? Yeah, I think so. Hi, Maria Quarterman. Darcy's reminding you to hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Elaine says she just made a French braid. I think it's a border on a pillowcase to match a quilt of Valor. So that's pretty cool. So that's cool. All right. So what have I been doing? I went to retreat. I guess I can show you those projects that I worked on. I'm not going to open them up because this space is just way too small. You're going to have, this is Scrap Quilting Club Online's project via Zoom. And so they'll see a big picture of this once I, you know, I have it already, but I can't show it here. But yeah, this is called my Road to Africa is what I'm calling it. So I did finish that. If you watch the retreat videos, I had a retreat that started Friday morning, went to Sunday afternoon. I did not have a room at the center. I decided to be a commuter because our guild did not have a lot of rooms, and so I went ahead and let other people have the rooms, although I was one of the first to sign up. And the reason why I do that, and it may sound crazy to you all, is that I don't really sleep at retreats. At most, I sleep 3 hours a night. So I don't mind either going home or doing an all-nighter. So Friday night, I planned to go home, and it was a good thing I did because I left either a couple pieces or lost around here somewhere, but I didn't even look for them. I just got the fabric and cut the pieces that I needed. I was short 2 pieces, so I couldn't finish this on Friday. So then after I worked on this on Friday, I started working on my Underground Railroad because I was also working on that. So I got this piece on Saturday. So Friday night at retreat, I ended up leaving retreat. I was trying to leave at 12, but about 10:45, they came up and said it was going to be thunderstorms in the area for like an hour or so. And so then I just waited until like 12:45 is when I left, like 12:45. I left and went home, got home with no problems. I came home, got my fabrics that I was short on this. As I was working on the round robin, realized that I was short cutting it as well. So I got fabrics cut for it, pressing and cutting. So I'm at home still technically retreating because I'm not in bed. So I probably went to bed, I don't know. Maybe I was in bed by 3, I don't know, something like that. And then I got up at 7 with the intent of getting back to retreat around 9. So then I got up, took my little time, made sure I had everything cut that I needed. Well, according to what I thought. So then I go back to retreat Saturday morning. And I worked on the Underground Rail. Well, I finished this one first. And then I went back to the Underground Railroad because I had over about 200 flying geese to make. And you talk about somebody sick of peace and flying geese. But thank God for AccuQuilt that, it went fast. I was making flying geese and square in the square block. And those are the 2 most tedious things that you can make, my opinion. So, then I got so far into the retreat quilt and realized the Underground Railroad I'm working on, and realized that I shortcut myself 60 half square triangles for 30 flying geese blocks. So I couldn't even finish the bottom 2 rows on the inside border. So it's like a sashing that's around my quilt. And again, I don't even have a photo of this one all the way because it wasn't done at retreat because I didn't have the darn border, okay? So I just want to show you that it is put together. I'm going to open it up a little because I want you to see my border, but I guess I got it folded the opposite direction. That would be how it would be, right? All right. So, because I got to get a picture of it, and that probably won't happen until Saturday maybe. All right. So you can see my edge of my border right here. So anyway, all of these flying geese, this is a flying geese, this is a flying geese. I need it for every row throughout this entire quilt. And then they're also up here, flying geese. I'm trying to show them flying geese, flying geese, flying geese, flying geese. So this is a row with the blocks. This is a row with the sashing. I needed 20 flying geese for every row. and then had 5 on the outside, so another 20 that went on the outside. You talk about somebody was sick and tired of making flying geese. I don't care if I ever make another flying geese again, okay? So I got to the borders. I ran out of this blue reproduction print here, and I'm not trying to buy anything. So I ended up just using this blue. Let me put it up closer so you guys can see the fabrics. So I ended up using this blue to finish it off, and then this red is the same fabric as here, and I ended up using these 2 fabrics for my final border, but then making the checkerboard down at the bottom, so all of my corners are checkerboarded like that. I'm happy it's done. Again, for those that haven't been around here, this quilt top was started in the year 2012. It belonged to a friend of mine. I had already done the Underground Railroad quilt years before, gave it to my brother as a gift because he came home one day and said that he saw an Underground Railroad quilt, and I had already had the book. And my brother has never, he knew I quilt, he knew I sewed. He has never been excited about anything that I've made. Like, I'm sure he was proud of what I did, but it wasn't like overly excited. And I'm like, oh, so he's excited about an Underground Railroad quilt. So I ended up getting that book out, and like within 2 weeks from start to finish, including the quilting, I had made him that quilt because he really liked it. Well, my brother got sick and he passed, and he had showed somebody who I know who he showed it to. And then all of a sudden that quilt disappeared, and my brother passed, and we asked for the quilt that he had showed, and of course they're saying that they don't have the quilt. So I had these blocks, and I thought I will go ahead and get this done because Joe Carmel on Quilts by Carmel is also doing, for Black History Month, she's doing the Underground Railroad sew along. And so I thought, well, this is a good time. It was great motivation for me. When I first got these blocks, I couldn't work on them because her name was Karen. She was a dear friend of mine. I actually bought this sewing machine from her estate sale, which I coordinated with her family. So I actually got these blocks from her, and so it was kind of difficult to work on at first, and then I just kept pushing it back and back and back. So I'm very appreciative of Quilts by Carmel for having the sew along so I could actually get it done. I'm now in a dilemma on what I should do with this quilt. If I should keep this quilt, number one, if I should donate this quilt to my niece in honor of my brother, or if I should donate this quilt to my friend's daughter. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this quilt. It's probably going to sit in limbo until something tells me what I'm going to do with this quilt. Stuff will sometimes talk to you and tell you what you need to do with it. Right now I got so many options, I don't know what to do with it. And I also think that maybe I just might need to make 2 more Underground Railroad quilts, okay? But she picked all of the style. These are not my style of fabrics or blocks, but they're patriotic with a bit of country on it. It's not reproduction though. And I'm just trying to show you all some of the blocks and fabrics so you can get a feel for the quilt. It's not like screaming patriotic, but she has like some fabrics that have stars, and then she'll go back and have red, white, and blue, but it's all in florals. So it was a mix of things that she was doing, and I wasn't quite sure where she was going with this quilt, but I also knew 3 of the fabrics in here came from her stash. Only this red right here came from my stash. This was hers with this. This was with the quilt, and this was with the quilt. So I just used what she had, and then I found a complementary piece to go with it from my stash to make it all work. Right now, like, again, I don't know what to do with this, so I don't even think I'm going to quilt it right now because I don't want the pressure of dealing with it. But I will have on my agenda to start figuring out 2 more Underground Railroads, because then maybe life would be easier for me to decide what to do with the quilts at that point. And thank you guys. People are saying it's beautiful. So and Kim says it's very nice of you to finish your friend's quilt. And she had done like 14 of 16 blocks, so I only had to piece 2 blocks. And I happened to have 2 background fabrics that she had used in this. I happened to have them in my patriotic stash, so it made it easy for me to finish the internal blocks and then just figuring out the borders. And on the first one that I did, I just did the plain sashing. And so on this one, I know that if my friend would have made this quilt, that she would have done this piece sashing that drove me nuts. It took me 3 full days of piecing just to do this sashed border on this quilt. It's kind of ridiculous. It was a lot of work. Yeah. It just says Mary, this is a Christmas shirt I just threw. Oh, well, it does say something else, don't it? Merry and bright. I just be throwing stuff on to walk around the house when I know I'm not going outside. And I didn't want to change clothes right before because I'm about to cook something and then I'm going to take a bath before I go to bed. I didn't want to cook in my sleeping clothes, so. And Michelle says, I agree too. You will know what to do eventually. Yeah, so I'm just going to put this in my to be quilted stack. And then eventually I'm going to do a couple more Underground Railroads and then go from there. That's what I've decided I'm going to do. I'm not going to pressure myself to make a decision. The pressure was something told me to get it done when Joe Cormel was doing it. And if something else comes up that says I need to get this quilt done now, it won't take me but a couple of days if I decide I want to quilt it and give it away immediately. So it won't take long. The piecing was what was challenging. To get it all pieced, this sashing was a nightmare. So sorry, Maria, about your husband passing. I was trying to figure out what they were sending condolences for, so my condolences as well. So sorry about that. Hi, Janet McCarroll. Thank you. So that's project number 2 that I worked on. Project number 3 that I worked on. And I forgot to bring project number 4 in here. This is not completed. Let me move this down here because I am currently working on a part of Lori Holt's My Happy Place. And notice I said a part. All right. So, My Happy Place sew along. So you can download all of this information. Jennifer, the girl in our group, we're working on this as a group, my small group. And she took the stuff that you can download, everything but the templates, and she put them into and bound them into this little book for us. So the only requirement that we have is that we must make the sewing machine block so that we know when we look at your quilt that that's your interpretation of My Happy Place. Now, this quilt has a lot of applique. And then it has a lot of subject areas in needle crafting. It's got knitting, crochet, cross stitch, whatever else. in here, and I'm not a bit much interested in doing all of that. I don't have time to do a lot of applique. I'm working on Dresden Village. That's the only applique that I want to do. But we had to do the first block, which was the sewing machine block. And you can see this emblem up here, right here on the sewing machine, and I'll show you mine. That's two like parallelograms or diamonds or whatever you want to call them, applique. And then also down here is a pin cushion. And I haven't done the pin cushion yet because I left the fabric at home. I didn't bring the fabric. So I picked the fabric. I pulled it out just now so I can do my pin cushion. And decided to use blue since I've already used an accent of blue with my thread spool at the top. So this is my block. So you can see it. And then I want to come up here and show this. Both of these were supposed to be hand applique, like a diamond on top of a diamond. And then I did the measurements of the two diamonds and realized that it was just 2 inches larger. So what I did was I used a template to cut out the inside diamond, and then I cut a strip, say 2 inches, and added it onto each side of the diamond, pressed, and then added it to the top and bottom. And then I did this sewing with the sewing machine, and then I used this larger template, put it in the middle, drew my lines so that I could needle turn this under. And did I needle turn? I think I just went to my iron and folded under 1/4 of an inch, and then needle turned it down so I didn't have to do a whole lot of flipping it under with my needle, like true needle turn. So I only had to sew, instead of 2 things hand sewing here, I only had to sew 1. So now I got to do, and then it's got the needle over here that I did do the hand embroidery for the needle. And then I just now got to finish the I got to finish the pin cushion. And then for the rest of this quilt project, because they're on block, I think we have like 2 or 3 blocks you need to do every month. This is January's block. I'm behind already. And what I'm going to do is just do all of these piece blocks. I'm going to do those next because I'm not doing all those applique blocks, okay? And then I'm going to find maybe something that I can use to substitute into this quilt and do that. But I don't need to have knitting. I don't need to have yarn. I don't even know where the applique flower block comes into the sewing or needle crafting stuff, like this block, that big block right there with the red in the center and the gold. I don't even know why that's in here with all that applique. I definitely don't have time for that. And it's a big block too. So yeah, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do as I'm going along. And that's going to be it. Yeah, they got like grandmother's flower garden or a take on that. And I'm like, I don't have time to do all that applique. So it's going to be T's happy place for real, for real. So, and then the other project that I worked on is that I had somebody ask to purchase my, what did I call it? My African shuffle, the Take 5 quilt that I made. And I told them that it was for, I said, yeah, everything's for sale. And then as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, but that's what's the cover of my pattern. And then that's what I would be using when I display things. So I don't know if it's a good idea to sell that quilt yet, if I'm still just now selling patterns to that and still selling patterns. So what I'm doing is I started another one. I got about 17 of 30 blocks made. So I'm going to make another quilt top. Make another quilt so that if they want, they can buy that. But I don't think I'm going to sell my original African shuffle quilt. Dawn says she likes Lori Hope, but don't do applique patterns. I actually like applique, but I got enough with Dresden Village, and it's tiny. And I don't need any more additional stress. Nobody else in my other small group is doing the Dresden Village. So I don't have time to do Lori Holt's. It's a beautiful quilt. It's some things in there I don't need in there. I can't knit. I've tried knitting. I keep losing one stitch every time. So I'm not a knitter. I don't need all the knitting stuff. I can crochet. I can do counted cross stitch, but I don't like it if it's big because it's too much. You know, you can work for 3 or 4 hours and not even have a whole lot of coverage to show for it when you're doing all that counting. So I'm just not a fan of either of those. So that's the project that I forgot to bring you was the that I had done 17 blocks on the African Shuffle quilt. So let me put this back in here so I don't lose it. What else have I worked on? I have been having issue. The St. Louis area has been having issue with mail, and it has nothing to do with weather related. We have the St. Louis Distribution Center. Our mail can float around in the St. Louis Distribution Center for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 days or something. And it's not the first time that this happened, and it's happened to other people because I hear them complaining at the post office. We have no idea where said St. Louis Distribution Center is. We don't know the location. I don't know if it's at our main office downtown, if it's at the main branch in Earth City. We have no idea where this St. Louis Distribution Center is that our mail just seems to get swallowed up in. So I didn't get Miss Vivian's round robin until last Saturday, which was mailed like probably 2 weeks before that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And so I got it late, and so I knew I had to get something on it because I got so much on my agenda. And I said I better figure that out. So I did figure out fabrics, figure out a border. And then I pieced that, got it done. So it's ready to go to the next person. I'm just going to wait until next week to mail it so that that person doesn't feel overwhelmed by getting it early. But you're going to get it early, girl. We're doing the round robin. For those that aren't aware, we got 9 people, I think, in the group. And we are doing your center, which had to be 20.5 inches unfinished, edge to edge, or smaller. It had to be a square or a rectangle because we didn't want to stress people out with somebody sending in a circle. So, or oval. And so we're going to add 5 borders onto that center. So we're making medallion quilts. And I guess now would be a good enough time to come up and show this book that I had gotten. And they didn't have any more. I don't have my phone on me. I don't know why, where, and how come I don't have my phone on me. That is so weird. But Jason had purchased this book. And then he had told me about it. And so then I went and ordered. All they had was 4 at the time. I'm sure that I can get some on a back order. But what's nice about this book is that it's talking about batting, backing, binding, which I don't need. But it has 100+ border prints. And they have border books as well. But I really like this because if you just look at the front of the book, you can see some of the different borders that they have done. And then that's just some. And then you can go inside and look. And somebody was asking me, can I show some of the things that was inside? They're showing you how to do 1 and 2 color prairie points. I couldn't find where they showed how to do like a flange, like you bring it the whole, you don't have a border showing on the front at all, you just bring it all to the back. I couldn't find that, but I could be missing it because I have not read this book yet, but I did keep one for myself. Miss Vivian purchased one. Your book is in the mail. And Francis, your book is in the mail. And I have Diane McCoy, which I couldn't find a mailing address for when I was in my shipping software. So Diane McCoy has to let me know how she wants to pay and how her shipping address so that I can ship her this book. She got the last one. But the borders are really pretty. A lot of different ideas. And if you're reading a book, sometimes I'll just sit down and read a book like this, because sometimes you get hooked into the pictures when you're actually piecing the borders, and sometimes it's just best to sit down and read sometimes and know what it is. But it's by Harriet Hargrave and Carrie Hargrave Jones. So it has an I'll see if they have any more, because I had some people asking me, but I'll see if they've got them back ordered. When I ordered the 4, I ordered what they had because I didn't want them to put my whole order on back order. They would have kept all 4 books until some more came in, and I didn't want them to do that because I wanted them to send the books, because I knew that I didn't even have the book sold, but I knew somebody would want these books, because they're always kind of stumped at what borders to even put on their own quilts. You don't have to be doing this medallion style that's on this quilt cover. You could just be trying to figure out what kind of border you want to put on your own quilt. So any one of these will be sufficient on your own quilt. So that's why I bought this book. I would like to make that my happy place. For so many of us, our sewing machine is our happy place. Yes. If nothing else, make the sewing machine block. Lenore Thomas, Needle Riot, says, I live in Southeast Kansas. A lot of our mail gets stuck there too. In the St. Louis distribution center, it is, I don't know, it's like it's this big black hole that mail drops into. And I think what happens is, say, like on a particular day, mail comes in, and then they run out of time to process that mail, and then the next day more mail comes in and it gets put on top of that mail. And I know that I've heard one of them say that even in my local post office, said that I had been looking for a piece of mail for like a month. And they have those mail trays, and some kind of way my mail never got out of the mail tray. And then you know how they just, when they're using sorting trays, they just take the one that's on top. So mine was in the stack that had never gotten that far, and then eventually somebody worked that stack down to that level, and then lo and behold, here is the package that I had been looking for over a month, that I had been going up there driving them crazy about. And yeah, it's just the weirdest thing. I don't understand what these distribution centers are doing other than causing havoc on our mail system. And so then I got Janice on this order too. I also got Janice tiny and mini Dresdens to do the Dresden Village, and then she also wanted the tiny tree template. So I got those 3 for her. Put this back in here. That's all in here. Jason and I were talking. I have the quick curve ruler, and Jason's got some great projects he's going to be doing with it. So I already have that ruler, but he was also showing me that they now have a quick straight ruler. And I do like it because all of the weird lines that you need are on the ruler. So I don't have to be trying to measure and guess and make sure I'm cutting the same thing over and over again. And then it's got the slotted line. Like right here is a slotted line. And once you get it on these lines correct, you just cut through the same slotted line. So I ended up buying that. Working on some, projects that I'm going to be doing in like 2042. Okay. just a glutton for punishment. Zipper tape. I just like this. I told y'all I like zebra stuff. So I like that. So I got this. I didn't get not 1, but 2, because it was so pretty. I figured, they might be out of that later. And then y'all know, your girl loves black with color. So can you imagine some of my black with color prints, and then using this as a zipper on a bag or something? That's going to be too cool. So got zippers. This is my book. I'm putting it back. Hold on. My border book. This is zipper tape, came off of this one, I guess. Yep, just came off. And then I got 2 patterns from So Kind of Wonderful. I got the solarium that goes with the straight, what do they call it? The quick straight ruler. Make sure I say it right. Quick straight. And then I got this Auntie Stadium bag because it's made with vinyl. Sometimes I go to the ball games and stuff. I don't have a clear bag to put my stuff in. Also got this book, Amish with a Twist 4. Saw this when we went on the shop hop for Illinois when we were determining one shop hop. The shop hop that Kevin and I went on so that we could determine the route for the bus. So yeah, that's what this is. Another thing, while I was at retreat, oh man, I forgot to send a check. I did confirm that our bus trip is booked. I just need to pay the money. I forgot all about that. I was supposed to do that Monday, then got home Monday, realized it was a holiday, and I ain't put the check. So I guess I'll be going out tomorrow. I wasn't planning on going anywhere tomorrow, but I'll go make sure that that gets to the post office because I got to pay for our bus trip. But the route has been approved and it's paid for. And then this last thing I have is another one of those I want to do in the future crap. Let me cut this because I got so much saran wrap here. So let's do this. Trash. This is the last thing. Is I bought this Prairie Home book by Lori Holt. Now, in all honesty, I'm not like one of those people that like Lori Holt's fabric per se because it's not my choice of fabric, although I could do some of it, a little of it. But I just am not into like little tiny florals and things like that. I could use 1 or 2 as accents if I need to, do something. But to have it be the majority of my quilt, it's just not my style. But I do like a lot of her designs. And I like some of the individual quilts in the book. And then like using even just 1 block or 2 to make a whole quilt is nice. So I feel like she's got great things in here. Some of them are just traditional quilt blocks. And then sometimes it's how she sets it. And sometimes it's just that it's just nice to have it compiled here. And I don't have to figure everything out all the time. So, but yeah. So this is called Prairie Home. And I like that her books come spiral bound, so that means that they lay flat as well. So that's the other thing that I have. So let's put all of this up. I also ordered, somebody at Gill was doing a demonstration on GE Designs Stripology XL ruler. So I ended up ordering those. So I have another order coming in. But I only ordered that and a couple of lights. So I don't know if I'll be doing a haul on that since it's not going to be for Teaquilters. I have, I don't know. I think I ordered 2 extra stripology rulers, but I think that when I go back to our Quilt Guild that it's going to be sold. So I don't think I'm going to have anything extra to even sell, but we shall see. So that's the other thing that I did. Right now, I'm trying to unpack from retreat, trying to get my stuff situated back in order. I thought I would be long arm quilting by now, but then I realized I needed to get the round robin done. So I've been spending the last couple of days working on a round robin border. So I haven't even done any long arm quilting. I still have a quilt that I quilted for Jersey last month, still on my frame. So that's kind of where I'm at. And it's 8 o'clock, guys. Let me go back and make sure nobody has any questions. And Don says, really pretty. Didn't realize the machine was that big on that pattern. Yes, and the thing that is weird to me, and I don't know if she's planning on making like a book like what she does with most of her projects. She doesn't even have the finished sizes on the blocks before you make them. You just find out what the size is after you make it. I don't like that. I like to know ahead of time what size something is. But I didn't realize, you don't realize the block is the size until you start piecing. And it's a lot of pieces in that sewing machine block. A lot of pieces. And people were saying I love the color. So thank you, thank you. That's Unbiased. Melina. Michelle says she loves it with the bunnies on it too. Yeah, I thought I didn't have any. I'm using mostly Tula Pink, and then I'm throwing in grunge if I need to, or batik here or there if I need to. Cause Tula didn't have, I don't know if Tula has tan fabrics or not, but I needed something for the thread spool. So Jennifer at Retreat had some batiks that had a little print to it, because I had a piece of plain cone of cotton, and I didn't really like it as well. So because everything else in it was print. So I don't know if she does anything tans or browns, but I didn't have any in my stash, so I was trying to find something. So it will be Tula, but it might be a little bit of some other stuff just if I need to, depending on what the pattern is. So Elaine says substitute pinwheels. Looks like hand embroidery block. Oh, the whole block looks like a hand embroidery block. Yep. But nope. And I have the Dresden Village here, but I didn't do a thing to the Dresden Village. Just for those that are wondering, what is it? I don't have the book here because I'm working on a part where I don't need the book right now. I need to just do some mass sewing. I've got these little things here, and I just was piecing these. I wasn't even worried about getting them to the background yet, but I just got one that is glued onto the background for right now, because I think I was just doing this for my demo. So if you're in the Dresden Village group on Facebook, and you only can get in there if you bought your pattern from me and paid to get into that group, let me know if you're working on this. Put a post in the group. Let me know where you are. Have you picked fabrics? Anything? Let me know. Because this is something else. This is only 6, and I got, I think, 16 of them this size, and we don't want to talk about how many we got to make on the small size. But I do have, baggies that I've got some of the pieces in and stuff, ready to make the Dresdens and things like that. But it is once I got through working on this Underground Railroad with them 200 flying geese, I can't remember how many of the square and the square I made, maybe 25. And then I did not want to touch anything complicated or small. So I did not work on Dresden Village. That's when I started working on the African Shuffle Quilt. And I think that's all that I worked on, just making sure. So I just got to make sure I get I got to do the pin cushion, and then I can call that block finished. But I need to then start working on some other blocks, because again, I'm going to be, we met already for February. March, when we meet, I need to have about 9 blocks. So so I'm going to do all the piece blocks, all the quilt blocks. I'm going to do those next and start cutting for those, and then go from there. So, and I'm still going to be behind in March, because I got too much to do to be worrying about this right now. But you know. Hi, Sheila Willis. Lenore says, yeah, she talking about that St. Louis distribution center. Just get stuck there. Anything out west. Yes. Girl, I be wondering, do y'all need me to come get my own package or what? And Patsy says, what a great book. I'm always stuck on borders. Kim says, I have that quick curve ruler and it's pretty fun. The quilt is a UFO right now, but I'll get it right. Yeah, because I've made like vases with it and everything else. So I've used it a couple of times. I just haven't used it in a while, and I didn't even know, you buy a ruler, you use it a few times, and then we tend to put it up, and then you don't do anything else with it. And so it's just good that Jason is now motivated by it, so maybe I'll get to use it one more time. Betty says she likes the zippers. Yes. In 2024, I said 2024. Girl, it's rough over here. If I did, that's my first time saying 2024 for 2025. Darcy's reminding people as you're leaving, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Bonita says, I met one of the Auntie's two sisters. She taught a bag making class at one of my quilt shops. So that's cool. I like that. Agree on Lori Ho. Her patterns and books are fabulous. That's Kim. I feel like she's kind of like quilting a day in a way where they show you pictures and very detailed information on the blocks. So I do like that. I try to show pictures and stuff in my patterns because I bought too many patterns, paid $15 for a pattern, $12 to $15 for a pattern, and then they don't even have now one picture other than the cover photo of the quilt. And I'm like, really? Really? Can't take that back, Retired from the post office, sorry to say, a lot of people are not doing their job. Mail comes in and out every day. That's why they converted to the distribution center throughout the USA. Yeah, and that's what I know, but when you go up there, nobody wants to talk about that part. It's funny. I go up there and I have, say if I'm mailing something that's like an envelope based, and I got like, say I'm mailing Exploding Star pattern, and I'm going to mail 20 of them out. Say that the postage is 2.5 stamps, right? So I could put 3 stamps on it. But if I'm sending 20 of them at a time, why should I pay the extra half for a stamp? Because if I'm a penny short, you ain't going to let me send it. So why should I give you half a stamp plus more? So I go up there and I tell them I need to send this out as a small, a small media mail envelope or whatever it is. And they'll do about 5 of them and then start complaining. We got a line of people. If you want, we can only do so many of this. Next time you need to blah, blah, blah. I just let the stuff just go over my head because anytime I go into that post office and they're going to tell me after I've waited in line that you're not going to run my stuff through, you got me messed up with somebody else. I go in and I'm very professional and maybe they don't know that, honey, I will stand up there. Nobody else will be, orders will be ranged up, okay? You got me messed up. Do your job. I worked in retail. I don't care if you had 1 item or if you had 2,000. I'm still going to get off at the same time. I don't get it. These people don't want to work. Hey, Judy Hebert. You got me messed up with somebody else. Bonita over here talking about she's working on making changes to what I'm not going to do for the Dresden Village. Right, girl. Kevin's laughing. He said we're going to all end up with a cul-de-sac instead of a whole village. Oh, boy. Good night, Francis. Anita say you are so right, T. Yeah, it's like I just let them talk. When they talking to me all crazy, but they still ringing up my stuff, I don't care what they saying. The minute they tell me that I got to stop, get back in line, or come back on another day, you got me messed up. I've been waiting in this line. Sometimes I be in a line waiting to check out for like 30 minutes. Yeah. And then I be in front of seniors that don't know how to use the credit card thing or the debit card thing. And I'm back there patient. I haven't said a word. I haven't done any shifting. I haven't rolled any eyes. Because when I go into these places, I already know I got to have patience when I go into places like that. Otherwise, I'm at home. I can control my own time. When I do go out to the grocery store to go get gas, I already know I got to have patience when I'm out there. So I don't go out starting trouble because I don't want to wait. You're going to have to wait. So Leah saying the same thing. Yes, Miss T, you waited like everyone else, right? How you? There's no sign up on these doors or no rules with the post office saying that your maximum number of postage things you can mail out per day is this number. No, do your job. You're here till you close. Just do your job. Mhm. Oh, for the yeah, I said 2042. Yeah, I meant that. I absolutely meant that 2042. uh, that was Michelle the quilter. Yeah, I meant that. I didn't say that wrong. And Sue was like me saying I will stand there till the moon turns blue. Girl, we'll all be up in here. They're going to have to call the cops and ain't nothing they can do because I have a right to mail my packages. I'm not going to cut up, but you're not going to move me along either. You got me messed up. Hey, Tamar. Holly says she's retired employee. Says we are paid by the hour, not by the customer. Exactly. And I don't even understand them. I just think they just come up with stuff. And then, I used to go into the post office for Christmas. I used to give everybody like 2 or 3 different Teaquilts pens, give them calendars. I made masks for everybody. I have whatever, like I made bowl cozies for everybody when I was doing bowl cozies. I just didn't tell y'all that. I had given them to the post office people. I gave them to everybody in my family. I had made so many bowl cozies, it was ridiculous. I haven't given them anything since they start cutting up. You want to cut up? Just cut up. Because you got me messed up. You think I'm going to come in here and hand you pens, hand you bowl cozies, hand you microwave potato bags, whatever it is that I'm making, I make for y'all, and then you are unappreciative and sitting up here, you're going to whine the rest of the year. No, you got me messed up. So what I do is I take care of my postal man 2 or 3 times a year. Okay, not just Christmas. I get him 2 or 3 times a year. Forget the post office staff. They don't want to work. I didn't want to put Diane's book in here. I want to take those out. Those got to be mailed. So, yeah, that's going to be it, guys. I'm about to go. I've told y'all I was finna cook. I'm finna go make me a chicken pot pie. I already got the chicken cooked. And I just got to start mixing it into a pot and then pour it into a baking dish and do that. I don't know if I'm going to eat it tonight or tomorrow, but I ate right before I came on here. I've been so busy today. I haven't even eaten until it was 6 o'clock when I ate. And I ate a baked potato with a little bit of bacon, a couple pieces of bacon, and some cheese and butter. I'm starving, like. So I might end up eating some later, but it'll take me like 2 hours to get it done. If not, it'll be ready for tomorrow, and I'll find me something else to eat for later. But yeah, so I'm gonna get off of here. You all stay blessed, everybody. Stay safe, be blessed, and quilt out. Good night, everyone. See you Saturday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for 2-hour live sew and chat. And I guess we're going to be working on Dresden Village. I don't know. Bye, y'all.